guys, guess what time it is?
It's time for small potatoes.
Where we give you a naughty tease of our latest Patreon episode.
Be sure to subscribe. Links are in the description.
We've also met girls that are so authentic. They are
hmm
exactly the same person. I can
hmm
think of the very first person that comes to mind is a girl that jumped into our booth at the sex show and was like,
hmm
I need to work here. That girl was as authentic can get. She has not changed a blink. And who you see is exactly who you get
Yeah.
and who she is inside out and backwards. And God love her for doing that. That is an openness that many people will never accomplish, but many strive for. And again, a different way to live sex work. Like
And,
it's such a different experience from the 180 girl,
mhm.
and yet both are 100% authentic in the sense that this is who they are. It's
And
so
I
weird. There's
wonder
so
if
many
that's
nuances.
what you're so right about her. I know exactly who you're talking about. But I wonder if that is what made her, because she was quite successful and I think still is. Um,
Yes,
I wonder if that added to her success because she was
I
that
guarantee.
authentic. There was no performance. And it's funny because when I think of the Emily you were just describing, I didn't know Emily back then, guys, just for context. Um, but I was thinking about, I know you personally very well, and I know Emily obviously very well as well. I struggle to find differences. You are very,
Really?
yeah, I really know, but I didn't know Emily back then. I think if I
True.
did, I think I'd be able to like have a defined list of these are some characteristics that are different. You really are you, and you just go by a different name most hours of the day. But I think you really are, and I think even for myself, older or sorry, younger Riley or years past, maybe there have been more differences, but I really feel kind of like it's just me with a different name.
I feel like here we are getting really deep into us, right? Um, I think the podcast has helped you with that a lot. It has helped you
Maybe.
become much more open, and comfortable in that openness instead of a
Sure.
hesitant, like dipping a toe into whatever the
Mhm.
next little step is. And now, yeah, you're wide open in that sense. You're the most you I've ever seen in both roles, but as a combined woman. And the evolution of that, I listen, we always shit on our competitors in the coalition, as we've
Mhm.
described many times, the grouping of parlors that try to like knock us down and run us out of business all the time.
Mhm.
But they did give us a blessing when they doxed us because it allowed us to be ballsy like this and to
Sure.
evolve through hell and back, but like to earn those stripes and to get to a point where we are so comfortable with our openness
Mhm.
that they couldn't make us more open if we tried. Because listen, if ever any of us became like famous or ran for public office, we're Googleable. Our life comes out. Like there is no secrets. And when you live a life with no secrets, it's actually very freeing.
Yes.
And that's not a usual circumstance for sex work. And so I think we're very blessed. And that's why, like, as much as I hate the coalition, I'm like,
Mhm.
thanks, guys, because you did us an
Sure.
actual big favor. And, who knew at the time? And now 3 times a week, they look at our stupid faces. And I'm like,
It's so true. It's so true. And
but
I remember years ago, like years, this is the beginning. I remember because we were always looking for like advertising ideas or cheap ways to get kind of the message out there of Muse. And I'm the driver of this duo here. And I remember you telling me to put like a Muse sticker on my car. And I was like, are you mad? Are you out of your mind? Whereas now I would put Riley Inc. on my license plate. Like I am proud and there's no
I love
reason to be shy. So I think that openness blends the worlds a lot quicker.
Oh, that was the time when we had food trucks everywhere, and I was like, "Your car needs a decal." And
I thought
I
she had
remember this.
lost her mind.
I lived near the girls that owned Flirty Girl Fitness, and they used to drive this big pink Hummer that said Flirty Girl Fitness. And I was looking at you, going, "Why aren't we that proud?"
Are you
Like,
crazy? It's so funny.
yeah, yeah. Now we would drive around with flags on it, like Trump supporters, just being like,
Yeah.
"Muse, beep, like we'd be obnoxious. We're always a little obnoxious with how face forward we are now. But again, they did that. You're
Yeah.
welcome. It sucks to be y'all, great to be us, because it did so much for us. Like, even from as individual women, as business owners, our confidence to speak with non-adult industry business professionals, I think it gives us more legs to stand on. We've seen many sex workers like Annie Temple and
Hmm.
so on that move into other educational roles via sex work, and the confidence that comes from having an alter ego that can protect some of your more sacred, aspects or relationships in your life give you more and more opportunity. And the
Hmm.
further you dive into those extra channels of who the character may be, I think the more authentic it becomes,
Hmm.
because you're diving into your own interests as opposed to
Sure.
exclusively appeasing other people's requests. And that, for women especially, no offense guys, that's a beautiful thing when women
Hmm.
come into themselves and stop listening to the noise of other
Hmm.
people's opinions. I wish young girls would have that earlier on in life instead of waiting till they're later. But there's something about sex work, because it can put you in awkward positions or feeling super exposed and being comfortable naked and like all these different little
Hmm.
things. You're a different waxing customer than you are like the regular girl. You know what I mean? Because all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're like legs open is comfortable. I know me, I know my vagina. There's
Yeah.
women that go their whole lives, they've never looked at their own vagina, even in a mirror. So you're just a different person. And that confidence that comes with it is irreplaceable. And I don't care when you retire, it never fades. That is a badge on your Boy Scout little sash for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
And so I think, yeah, there's a lot that show up super authentically, even if it's an inauthentic name.
Yep. True.
So
It's
fun.
interesting.
We're very blessed, not everyone gets to have an alter ego and a
Hmm.
whole life to live it out. Most people have to do that like only to cosplay or like only during Dungeons and
Hmm.
Dragons or like some reason where they have to seek a channel. And we get to do that every day. And yet both of us have had phases where we're like, look, for the next 4 days,
Right.
I'm not fucking Emily. Like,
Hmm.
I don't want to hear it. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. I am
Hmm.
on vacation because it can be a lot. Um, Same when the girls go through big changes,
Hmm.
moving, starting university, starting a new career job, when they get a new boyfriend, like those kind of things make you kind of reevaluate your boundaries. As
Hmm.
we've gone in and out of relationships, we either lean on Emily and Riley or we lean away a little bit from it, being
Hmm.
like, I need a bit of me again. And those I think are the nuances when I think of like me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I still keep close in, but
You know what? The
that's
only
I think for
difference
most people.
that I was going to touch on with you, but again, I think the pod has really kind of changed this, is you are, and if you guys don't know this, you are a very emotional being, whereas I think Emily is like business and like handles things. But I think through the podcast, people see your emotion. If we do a men's
Mm,
appreciation series, and I mean, you are emotional at times, even with the staff, depending on, I
mhm.
mean, far more than me, that you really can have those heartfelt conversations and get really emotionally invested. That's what I mean. I think as we've gotten older,
Oh,
and again, I didn't know the baby Emily. Um, I think it's just closer
it
and closer
blends,
to
you're
me.
right.